Welcome to the second Mahlo mCast. In our last session we were talking about the basis weight measurement, and today's topic is the moisture. Why is moisture important on nonwovens? Let's think about processes like spunlace or wet lathe and others where we have a drying section in our process line. So in the first step we want to make the process as efficient as possible, not wasting energy. And the second point is that we want to achieve a certain residual moisture in the nonwoven web in order to avoid mold or any other negative effect. Let's jump right in. Hello and servus from Bavaria. Welcome to our new Mahlo mCast. In this YouTube channel, it's all about measurement, control and automation for moving webs. If you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe. My name is Matthias Wulbeck. I'm the product manager for web gauging systems at Mahlo. For more than 75 years, Mahlo has been active worldwide in the field of running fabric webs. In quality management systems, web process control and web gauging systems, we have an experience over 25 years. So we know exactly where the shoe pinches and what solutions are available. In our mCast series on the topic of nonwovens, we would like to show you the online measurement and control of important parameters. Nonwovens are designed specifically for their intended use and must adhere to exact technical parameters to work perfectly in their final destination. These parameters are significantly influenced by the physical properties that result during production. The basis weight, the moisture content, and the thickness determine the decisive properties of the nonwoven. Today's topic is the moisture measurement. Mahlo offers two solutions of measuring the moisture on running web. First is the microwave system. It uses a microwave resonance field on the web, and this resonance field is directly influenced by the water molecules. So the system detects the basis weight in grams water per square meter. The method is very well applicable on all thick material and even on material with very high moisture content, for instance, directly after a coating or impregnating process. And it's completely independent from the web thickness or color or other things. The second method is the infrared absorption measurement on certain wavelengths. We are using a system either working with 6 detectors that take at the same time the measurement on one spot and evaluate the infrared absorption at certain wavelengths. We can see it here. So here we have 6 signals coming from these filters. And for the moisture measurement, we look at this specific filter at the wavelengths 1920 nanometers, and this is our signal for the moisture evaluation. Now you might ask, what are the other filters for? Well, this is some very interesting thing. We can use the sensor not only for the moisture measurement, but as well for the detection of certain chemical components like polyester, polyethylene, polypropylene, PVC, adhesives, and others. But this will be a topic of another mCast session. So today we have learned two different ways for the moisture measurement, and in between that there are many variations that we can perfectly adapt for each measuring application. So far for the theory. Now let's go to practice and see how it works. Hello everybody and welcome to the Mahlo showroom. Those of you who have followed us in our last mCast already know this place. And today we are lucky to present you another nice feature from our QualiScan QMS 12 gauging system. Hi Christian.
Hey Matthias, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Christian. So, what did you prepare for us today?
Today I prepared some non-woven samples and we test them for their moisture. And for this we have our sensor EMF transmission, and now you can see it moving across the web, and of course it measures the moisture of the non-woven product.
Yes, this is very nice to see. This is our infrared transmission sensor, which gives the light beam through the web. So we have an emitting light and a receiver in the bottom of the web, and this allows a moisture measurement through the web and is not disturbed by uneven moisture in the core or on the surface of the web.
That's correct.
Yeah. And the moisture measurement on nonwoven is very important. If we think about the drying process, we need to have a very even distribution of the moisture over the width. And another important aspect is that we want to receive the nonwoven in the right residual moisture level to avoid too high energy consumption and to give the perfect quality to the web.
Correct. And for this purpose, I think I do the moisture test here in our innovation hall as well.
Great. So please tell us some words for the setup.
Okay, so the setup is here, you mentioned it before, that we have a transmission sensor, which means that the light from the sensor head to the sensor receiver transmit through the web. In this case we have a plain white non-woven product. And to evaluate the moisture, of course, we do a drying test at our laboratory with our oven. And then we create a calibration where we here at our showroom QMS system prove if we can actually measure the moisture of the product. And in this case, like you see on the screen, we have a fluctuation across the web. Also our 2D heat map again to see where's the moisture content high or where is it lower. So in this case, it works very well.
Yeah. So as far we can see, we have a low moisture in the middle of the web and a higher moisture content in the edges left and right. And this is also very nice to see in the two-dimensional roadmap, as we call it, where we have color shades for the deviation of moisture. It is green on the level where it's perfect. When it goes too deep, too dry, then the color shade changes into light, middle, and dark blue. If the level gets higher, then it's changing to yellow, orange, and red. And so these two diagrams show a very nice and detailed information with just a glimpse of an eye and a short look on the screen.
That's correct. like our all systems show of very fast information content.
Okay, what can we say about different colors? If we think about now, it's a plain white non-woven, but it also could come along with a light green or blue or brown shape. Would this influence our calibration, and do we have to adjust something in that case?
No, in this case, the color of the web or the color of the product doesn't affect the measurement at all. Of course, light colors are very good because they are similar to each other. So the answer for these questions is no. The colors doesn't affect the measurement in this case for light colors.
So this will keep the effort for calibration very low.
Of course, and you can use the same calibration for, of course, the same product, despite the color is a different one.
Yeah, so this is nice and impressive to see. What about the detectable moisture range with the transmitting infrared sensor? What could be, roughly saying, the lowest or and the highest amount of water?
So the lowest moisture content is from 1 gram per square meter, and the highest moisture content could be to 150 gram. In this range, the sensor works very stable and very well. If it goes higher, then we of course need to do sample testing and evaluate the possibility for this kind of product.
And of course, for very high moisture ranges, we also have the alternativity to move to a microwave sensor instead of an infrared sensor.
That would be another kind of sensor to measure the moisture. That's correct.
Christian, that was very interesting. Thanks a lot. And if we make a short summarize, today we have seen the possibilities for the moisture measurement with the infrared transmission sensor. Beside of that, we also have infrared reflecting sensors if we want to measure a liquid pickup amount, for instance, and for wider ranges of high moisture content, we have a microwave sensor as well in our program. So, Christian, again, thanks a lot for this interesting show, and hope to see you next time again when we talk about possibilities for multi-channel measurement.
You're welcome, Matthias. Hope you come by again.
Thank you very much for watching. Did you like the video? Then give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Then you won't miss any of our new videos. We would love to hear your comments and suggestions. So put them in the comment section. Don't miss the next episode of our mCast Nonwoven series. I'm looking forward to seeing you there again. My name is Matthias Wohlbeck from Mahlo. Have a nice day and goodbye.